for a while there you were worried about one of your sons.
Yeah.
Because he had this warrior kind of spirit. There's been a few men who have reacted to that in concern because they consider themselves warriors and took that to mean, oh my God, I'm not going to ascend because I'm a warrior. What can you clarify what you meant by that more so?
Sure.
Because I don't want them thinking that warrior doesn't equal ascension.
Oh, look, I still exercise my warrior when I need to. I need to be a man. And that's another thing that's really important. People don't realise how hard it is to be a man at the moment either. Because we're trying to rein in and tame certain attributes of the masculine that have been out of control or excessive for this epoch and this era we've been in, and we're integrating those masculine traits. And there's so many women that have taken those masculine traits on too, which is interesting to and they will never like to admit that, but it's true. There's a lot of women who are being very masculine at the moment, and they need to realise that about themselves. And then there's a lot of men who are being too feminine. The pendulum's swinging way back the other way, too far. So we're all got to try and find that balance for ourselves. So when I say I integrate with the divine feminine and I integrate my feminine aspects and all that, I'm not talking about becoming a sissy, okay? You've got to be a man. A man still needs to be a man, but an honourable man, a respectful man, and I'm still working very hard at achieving that. And when I say working hard, it's not like an arduous process. It's about just keeping it real and being respectful and honourable, you know, and I think it's very important to do that. And us men still need to be men, and women need to allow us men to be men. You know, it's nice for the man to open the car door for the woman, you know, to chivalry, you know. I still think those sort of attributes are important. It's respectful, it's honouring.
As a woman, my generation, we're almost told that we're being weak. By allowing men to be men. And by needing men to be men. So the roles have been all screwed up. Totally. All the wires are being crossed and all the boundaries are blurred and it's part of the chaotic process we're in at the moment. So women need to find their place as women again, and men need to find their place as men again, and we need to honour our masculinity. Women need to honour their femininity, and once we do that, once a woman can re-establish her femininity and a man can re-establish his masculinity, then the two just come together beautifully, because that's what they were originally made to do. They complement one another. And this isn't talking about old stereotypes of, you know, he goes out and earns the money and she stays home and does the housework. It's not about that. This is on a more emotional and spiritual. But some couples like that. Absolutely. And that's great for them. You know, that's what they need. They're the two expressions that they need for that harmonious, interlude to take place. But I see what you mean too. Like just had this idea of women having all these visions of, you know, the barefoot, housewife. Pregnant, and working in the kitchen all day. And great. For some women, that's what they need to be doing to be the woman. You know, for some people that's their journey, you know, so I can't judge that. No, there was a phase in my life where I loved nothing more than being barefoot and pregnant. Well there you go. You were celebrating your motherhood and your womanhood, and it's not the stereotype. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about knowing what it means to be a woman and honouring and celebrating that without all these judgmental concepts imposed upon us. So whatever a woman feels that she needs to be to honour her womanhood, why not? You know, if you want to go join some women's circles and do meditations, and why not? You know, if you want to go and take a drive out in the country and just walk around barefoot and naked and be out in the middle of nowhere and just celebrate your womanhood with Mother Earth, why not? You know, that's a great way to do it. For me as a man, I went out into the outback and stripped myself right down and fell to my knees and apologised to the feminine, you know, and tears were just bawling my eyes out, and I surrendered my ego, my male ego. Well, what about these men's groups that do that kind of, they go into the middle of nowhere and start drumming and, you know, trying to get in touch with their
masculine side. Is that... I mean, I haven't been on one of these things, obviously, so I don't know what really goes on.
I haven't been on one of those either, but that's what they feel they need to do to find that. There's just so many avenues people can take. What I say is, what I recommend is don't just get caught up in one of those avenues, though.
Yeah.
It's not the be-all and end-all. It's just use it as a tool in finding yourself. And when you do find yourself, you realise that the masculine and feminine are two expressions of life, and they're very important. They counterpart one another. They're two aspects of the one, and they need to be that way. And then there's people who are finding issues with blurring the lines between masculinity and femininity, and that's what they're exploring. But when someone says to me that I am, let's say they're in a male body, and they say, no, I'm it. There is no feminine aspect to me, and I'm both here in this one body. That's not right. I'm perfect the way I am now. No, you're in a male body. So the energetic charge of you is more masculine. You're trying to fight that. You're trying to, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not grasping the greater concept. They don't realise that there is a feminine aspect of them somewhere in the universe, whether it's here or somewhere else. They don't realise that there's many aspects of ourselves everywhere in reality, but they see themselves as the ego that is here in this one body is it, and they fall into that trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Members of the Galactic Federation talk about the fact that they're from the Pleiades.
Yeah.
Does that mean that within the Pleiadian system there are both positive and negative?
Yep.
Simple answer. Right.
And there's beings who are posing as though they are Pleiadians. Because the Pleiadian family that I'm in contact with, or not so much lately because they all stepped back now, it was a few months ago now, I had a meeting with them in the lounge room, and I had my Pleiadian family, my Arcturian family, my Sirian family, and other groups, Eridanian family.
Sounds crowded.
It was very emotional. I bawled my eyes out, and they said we have to leave now. And I felt really, part of me felt abandoned because they've been with me on the journey for so long, but they needed to step back and just let me be me now. I'm on my own, and it gets like a parent.
In a way it means you've grown up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was, on another level I took it as a compliment, because now I've gotten to the point where I just make my own stand on my own being, and all the beings of the true light, like the real true light, they've all stepped back now, and they're just leaving us be. And we've got to work our way through the labyrinth of all these other beings and entities who are here, and a lot of them are do-gooders. They think they're doing good, but they're actually interfering. And there's others who have agendas.
Why would they have stepped back? Why are they letting us do this?
Because their energy is not a match with the beings that are here, and they will be they'll be targeted by the others who are here now. And so all these other groups of the galactic family that I'm in contact with, they all know about Mother Earth becoming a star. They all know about our ascension process. They all know who we are. They all know why we're here. They all know that we are honoured and revered throughout the universe. So all these Pleiadian channelings and everything that you're reading, that I read, okay, I don't see that content, and for me that's a red flag, because I don't see them urging us to do meditations to bring our inner light out. I'm not seeing that anywhere. Maybe it's out there and I haven't come across it, but I'm not hearing it. I'm not seeing it. It's just not there. It's always use this, use a column of white light, use violet flame, everything's externalizing. So for me, you've got a whole lot of galactic beings who are basically know what's going on here, know who we all are, and then you have all these other groups that are prolific throughout the internet and the media at the moment saying something different.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm getting up and saying what I'm saying. But who's this Galactic Federation group who say the things that they're saying? So for me, it's like, look at the content of what is being said. If you feel that you want to meditate with some other being's energy and bring that in, and that's going to fix you,
and make you feel better, and then you end up going with them into their paradigm, right? And you're always using their energy, and you're going to the energy of their paradigm. By all means, go. That's your journey. That's where you want to go. You're going to explore that path, but eventually you're going to find out what's going on. Eventually. It might take a few eons and epochs and eras. It might take half an epoch. It might take just a few hours. But you're going to realise one day the path that you've taken. But we choose to live on an organic path with the universe of different paradigms to that one, to those type of paradigms.